Hey guys, it's tag time! Kind of like hammer time, minus the hammer pants, and the singing, and the dancing, so not really like hammer time. Yeah. Hi guys, it's Sam, and I'm here today to do a very exciting tag. I'm here today to do the favorite genre tag. I was tagged by the creator Sky Pie on the fly, and be sure to check out her channel. She is great. I love her videos so much, so please be sure to check her out and subscribe to her because if you like my channel, you're going to love hers as well because we read a lot of the same books. So basically on this tag, you need to choose your favorite genre of books, and then there are a series of questions you have to answer about that genre, and I am very excited to do this, so let us get started. So my favorite genre is fantasy. If you've been around my channel for a while, you will know this to be the case. I love fantasy. I've loved it for years since I was a kid. It's just my go-to genre. I love the books in this genre so much. The question number 2 is the best of the best. Your favorite book in this genre, what is it? This is extremely hard for me to do because I have a really hard time just choosing one thing. I'm a very indecisive person, so I am going to choose one of my favorites that got me into reading fantasy and has a very special place in my heart. And again, if you've been around my channel for a while, you know exactly what this book is, but it is The Hobbit by J.R.R. Tolkien. This is the book that started it all. My parents had me read this, as I've said many times, when I was in 6th grade, I believe, 5th grade or 6th grade, and that was kind of my introduction to fantasy, and it's what set me on my road to reading more fantasy. I was constantly trying to find more books in this genre, so this book is what started it all, and what a book it was. I love this book so much. This kind of leads into question number 3, which is the book that started it all. What is the book that got you into this genre? And as I just said, it was Hobbit by J.R.R. Tolkien. It's one of my all-time favorites and the book that started everything. Question number 4 is the hype. Name one book that is worth the hype it gets, and name one book that deserves more hype. For the book that I think deserves all the hype that it gets, I'm going with The Final Empire by Brandon Sanderson. I read this book last September, I think, and I was really impressed. Brandon Sanderson has created such a unique world and a unique magic system, very complex and detailed characters that have very distinct personalities, and it's really fabulous, and it deserves all of the hype that it's been getting. And when people say it's wonderful, it's because it's true. It's a really truly unique and fantastic book series, and I recommend it if you haven't checked it out already. As for a book that I think deserves more hype, I'm going to one I actually haven't mentioned that much on my channel, and it is going to be Mageborn, The Blacksmith's Son by Michael Manning. This is a book series. I think there's like 5 or 6 books now. I actually still need to read the last 2. It's a really fantastic book series. It follows this guy in a world where magic has kind of disappeared for the most part, and he discovers he has magic. He is the blacksmith's son. And a lot of crazy stuff ensues. There's a lot of humor to the books. I love the main character. It's just a really fabulous fantasy series that literally nobody has talked about in BookTube, at least that I'm aware of, that I have seen. So if you have talked about it, you're awesome. If not, you're still awesome, but I just never hear about it, and I realize I never really talked about it either, but you should really check it out because it's quite a great series. Number 5 is biggest pet peeve. What is your biggest pet peeve about books from your genre? I have 2, I think. One is a lack of very strong female protagonists. This has actually been rectified in the past few years. There's been a big resurgence of really big, great, fantastic female characters. Tamara Pierce, for instance, has been doing it since the 80s, but overall it's pretty male-dominated in terms of characters. So I would like to see more female protagonists. I think that that's actually being handled pretty well in recent years. But my other biggest pet peeve is I absolutely love big books. I love them to death, but I think sometimes fantasy books could be a little bit shorter. So I think that sometimes there can be some repetitive things that happen in fantasy books that I think could be taken out to make them a little bit shorter. But other than that, I think those are really my only 2 pet peeves with fantasy. Question number 6 is name the authors or series that are on your must-buy list. Micah J. Sullivan is another author that is an auto-buy author for me now. I love everything that he puts out, and I will continue to buy everything that he writes. I really want to buy E.E. Knight's books, so some of his books from his series. I could go on forever. Most of my wish list is fantasy books. I want to buy more Stephen Erickson. Cinda Williams-Shima, I want to start reading some of her stuff. There's just so many wonderful standing authors out there that I really want to check out, but these are just a few of them. Question number 7 is what places would you love to travel to and or what characters would you love to meet? I would love to travel to Middle-earth when it was in a time of peace because I don't really fancy having to deal with goblins and orcs and things. And I would love to meet hobbits because I think they're really just, they're my people. Sleeping and eating and living in comfort. Yes, hobbits, yes. Hogwarts, I think all of us still want that dream to come true. Royce and Hadrian. I would love to meet Royce and Hadrian because I think we would get along great and they could take me on some adventures. Hopefully, maybe. Royce probably wouldn't want me to come along, but maybe Hadrian would. Alexei Terabati would be awesome to meet. Plus, it's steampunk, and it would be cool to visit a steampunk world. Again, this list could go on, but those are just some of my favorites and some people I would just love to meet and places I would like to go. Question number 8 is, what do you want to see more of in this genre? Like I said before, I'd like to see more strong female protagonists. I would also like to continue to see more unique magic systems. We've been seeing a lot of these, particularly Brandon Sanderson and Brent Weeks, but I'd like to continue to see a lot of more unique things being brought to the fantasy genre, more unique creatures, kind of what Tolkien did when he kind of regenerated the fantasy genre, really kind of helped create it by bringing concepts of elves and dwarves and things that continue today. Things like that would be great to see in the fantasy genre. And finally, number 9 is recommend 3 of your favorite books from this genre. The first one is going to be the Farseer trilogy by Robin Hobb. I have a review and discussion video I will link down below. One is spoilery, one is spoiler free if you want to know more about it. Absolutely love the series. Robin Hobb is a fantastic and amazing writer. Highly recommend. If you're looking for more of a grim, dark fantasy series, then I highly recommend The Prince of Thorns, The Broken Empire trilogy by Mark Lawrence. Extremely dark, but very unique and very interesting. And finally, I recommend the Squire's Tale series by Gerald Morris, which is our middle grade Arthurian retellings. Very entertaining, very easy reads, and very authentic. Really, really enjoyed it. Great, great series. Alright guys, that was my favorite genre tag. As for who I'm going to be tagging, I'm going to be tagging Michael from Bitten by Radioactive book, Lindsey from Lindsey Rey, Sana from InkBonesBooks, Sarah from Booksandjunk, and anybody else who would love to do this tag. I would love to see you guys do this tag and let me know down in the comments if you have done it. Thank you guys so much for watching, and until next time, happy reading. Bye!